Greetings, people of the internet. I am Lucha Man, and welcome to Lucha Man Reviews. And on today's episode, I am super happy to be doing the review of Steven Universe, the movie. Now, it's been over a week since this film has came out. We're kind of getting near the 2-week point mark, so I wanted to review this, but I know some people may not have seen the film yet. So, now for me to review the film, I have to talk about a little bit of it. So I'm going to try to do it without doing spoilers as much as possible, but here's what. Just to get this out of the way, I give Steven Universe the movie a solid 10 out of 10. If you're a fan of the series, then you're in luck, because the film, it does not disappoint. It's very good. If you're starting to get into the Steven Universe franchise, watch the series and then watch the film. Yeah. So if you're watching this review, then go watch the film first. And if you have already, then you can hear my take on it. So, I don't want to ruin it for anyone. Okay, so here we go. The Steven Universe film, Steven Universe, the movie, the film, the musical. That's right, it is a musical. It's like harken back to the old Disney musical films like Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin. You know, the old animated musical films that Disney did. Yeah, so the Steven Universe movie, it takes place 2 years after the events of the end of the previous season. So my question is I've heard that there's going to be a season now after this film, so the question is this. Will that season A, will it cover the 2 years leading up to the events of the movie? B, will it cover a whole bunch of new content after the film? Or C, will it be like split, like if it's a half-hour episode, will the first half hour be the past and the episode, and the second half-hour part of it be the future? I kind of would like to see that one. I'd like to see Steven in the events leading up to the film. Yeah, so seeing as how it's been 2 years, Steven, he looks and sounds he looks a little different, kind of sounds a little different. He's now 16 years old, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so it has been 2 years, and things are going really well. Steven has helped so many people and gems, and now he's come back to Earth. And he's just trying to enjoy life. But then, of course, a new foe has appeared. And Steven has to once again fight to save the Earth. The interesting thing is, alright, so the foe, her name is Spinel, and the way she looks, the way she acts, the way she sounds, it's very reminiscent of a cartoon character from the 1930s, the rubber hose style of animation. Or for something closer to modern day comparison, think of along the lines of Cuphead and Mugman, or so think Cuphead and Mugman meet Skullgirls. Yeah, so you got the name and you got the description. That's all I'm going to go with that. All right, so it's pretty cool. I mean, the movie does a really great job. It's not an unofficial film, so everyone looks the way they're supposed to. Everyone sounds the way they're supposed to. It's pretty awesome. Well, everyone looks like they're supposed to, but of course 2 years have passed, so there's some slight changes. Room for growth and development, and of course Steven and the other humans age, so Steven sounds a little different, and I like that. The musical numbers are pretty cool. Some stuff, yeah, like you'll have a regular conversation which then leads into a musical number, or like you'll have... Everything's great, like there's all these different things, like you have the sad musical number, you have the empowering musical number, you have the hilarious musical number. It all works out. Everything feels just right, feels good, feels natural. It doesn't feel like anything was forced or shoehorned into oh, we need to have a musical number right at this segment. Let's see, this is great. We see old locations from the previous show, we see some new locations, and we see some old locations that have been updated because of the 2-year change. It is pretty awesome. We see a whole slew of new gems, so it's pretty awesome to see that. Human-wise, we don't see any new human characters. Well, none of major consequence. But this is great. So we see a new gem. We see a whole bunch of new gems. We even see new fusion. Yes. I know some people are not too crazy about the name of the fusion, but that can be worked with later. Anyway. Yeah, it is a really good film. And here's what: if for those of you following the series, there's an old expression I've heard. It's called "sins of the father." Well, based on what I've seen of the series, and I'd say the musical is a very good reflection of the series overall. And like I said, instead of "sins of the father," given the series and the film, I'd say the expression should be "sins of the mother." It's interesting how everything is what. There's growth, there is character development, there is backstory. Everything that you see from the series is compressed and compiled together into this film. It's really good. It acknowledges how great things can be achieved. It shows how you have a whole bunch of series nowadays that require oh, this is the bad guy, it must be destroyed. Oh, it's time for a fight. Oh, I think the cool thing about Steven Universe is how it shows there is more than one way to resolve some issues. Some of it kind of borderlines ridiculous or semi-unrealistic, but it's nice to show that there's more than one way to resolve something than just by, destroying the enemy. It also acknowledges how people have made mistakes and is also trying to get out from the shadow of your predecessor or from other people. I think the film is really good. Great character development, great characters. Yeah, I mean, the end of the previous season did a good job of kind of tying everything together. In this film, it also does another good job of showing some loose strands and having them tied together. So like I said, I'd be interested to see the 2 years leading up to the film and seeing what's going to happen post-film. What are they going to do for that point? It's a very good film. I highly recommend it, and as I said, I give it a solid 10 out of 10. For those of you that stuck through this, I hope I didn't do anything too spoilery, but yeah, there's so much to watch. And yeah, there's some interesting factors involved for what happens to some of the characters. Alright, well that's all the time we have for this episode. Thank you for watching. Until next time, this has been Lucha Man for Lucha Man Reviews saying thank you very much, and as always, have a nice day.